The first thing we're going to do is remove the front brake caliper. Start by removing the ABS cable. This is a 14mm socket. Remove the caliper gently. Be careful, watch your rim. Make sure you secure the caliper. Do not let it hang by the brake cable. Next thing we're going to do is lift up the front end. Next, we're going to unscrew the axle bolt. This is a 22mm. As far out as possible, but do not remove it. Next, we're going to loosen the right side pinch bolts. Followed by the left side pinch bolts. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to pound it so that we can drive the axle out. Sometimes the wheel binds the shaft, so you're going to have to use a tool. I'm using the 14mm, it fits in there perfectly. And continue to pound it to drive the shaft out from the other side. The next thing we're going to do with the shaft is we're going to pull it. Support the wheel. This is the shaft. Now we're going to deflate the bladder and remove the wheel. You want to be mindful of the collars. You have one on this side and one on the other side. Make sure you keep them on the side that they're supposed to go on. Now we're going to clean the shaft. And lube it. Now we have to install the shaft. Insert it, but be gentle with it. Don't force it in. Make sure that you're aligned. And go on the other side. Then gently drive it in. Make sure it goes all the way in. Now we need to install the axle bolt. Now we need to tighten the pinch bolts so that we can hold the axle, and that would allow us to torque down the axle nut. Torque it to 43 foot-pounds. Torque the right side pinch bolts to 16 foot-pounds. Install the front brake caliper. torque it down to 33 foot-pounds. Now we can drop the bike. The last thing we need to do is to torque down the pinch bolts. But before we can do that, we need to align the axle and center it to the forks. And the best way to do that is to bounce it. But first we have to apply the brakes and bounce it up and down. Apply the front brakes and bounce. And now we can torque down the pinch bolts to 16 foot-pounds. Now that we torque down the pinch bolts, my recommendation is to ride it. Have a great day, guys.